in general, when you're a good person,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard for someone to like
Count
talk
down.
stuff behind your back.
Countdown.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? You're watching Blurred Dot Radio. I am your host for the evening. My name is Mike Stidham. I'm joined by a wonderful panel of Blurreds here today. Steve could not be with us.
I had to take him out.
Steve.
Nope.
Actually, I had to take him out. He'll be back next week.
Maybe.
Hopefully. We are joined by DJ Elo Kari.
DJ Elo Kari.
Ash got him.
Hey.
Kenny.
Oh my god! She killed Kenny! You!
Bastard!
Trust Ash.
It's not fair. He gets our whole theme song.
Are you talking while
We are
my
also
jam is going?
joined by our special guest for the evening. He's not really a guest. Like, Stanford has been a Blurred
just
Dot
never seen
regular. Stanford helped us to build this show. It's the reason that we don't just babble for 2 hours anymore. Stanford W. Carpenter is with us.
Squad soccer.
And his favorite toys. Welcome, Stanford. It's good to have you as always. We're going to start off this show the way that we start off every show with Blurred Out.
Blurt it out.
My Blurred Out for the night. I bought, man, I hate test anxiety. Control. The video game that won some sort of video game award. That wasn't called Last of Us Part 2. It quickly became one of my favorite games. It gave me Resident Evil 1 and 2 vibes, like how you walk into a situation, you don't really know what's happening, and then all of a sudden some creepy shit pops out at you. The environment that's set up, especially the soundscape, is really good. The gameplay and the story is really unique. Have you all ever seen SCP videos?
Yeah. It's supposed to be based on that.
It definitely is.
It's like a new, I forget the genre that they call this type of video game, but it's like very Twin Peaks meets Resident Evil.
Yeah, you have to, there are these extra dimensional random objects that the Federal Department of Control, secures, contains, and protects. And sometimes they get loose. I definitely played a mission where for some reason this clock replicated itself so much that there were just piles of clocks in these large rooms. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And
It's a mind fuck, and I really want to play it.
It's $20
It's a
right
complete
now.
mind fuck.
I would not have bought it if it wasn't $17.99. So, if you're out there and you're on the PlayStation Network, give it a shot if you haven't already. DJ Elo Kari, what are you blurting out about today?
My blurt out is not really that happy. But the first thing I will say is I'm blurting out about. So if you guys have joined my page again for today, I just finished doing a birthday party for my cousin.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
How old is your cousin?
She is 39, so you know what I mean.
Hey,
Alright.
So my last mix, you probably can't listen to any of it. Like
you
none
gotta
of
be
it.
there.
Yeah, that's most definitely one of them joints where you had to have like been there in order to see like what was played. But man, when I'm telling you like all like St. Louis 2005 hits and whatnot,
The dirty.
you know what I mean? Listening to the Nina Pop and a bunch of other dope songs and everything.
Did you have a Band-Aid under your eye when you were DJing?
No, I should have. I really should have.
Wearing your
You know?
Cardinals jersey backwards.
Yeah, man. I really should have. I should have put forth that effort. My other blurred out though is about Hana Kimura. who was the wrestler who took her own life after being bullied online. And I hate that that was my introduction to this wrestler. And that's simply because like I actually stumbled upon some of her matches, and she's fucking good. Like she was amazing. Like she wasn't just like some average wrestler. Like, you know, there's some people who can go in the ring, you're like, all right, this person's pretty good, they got some talent. No, that certain people have an it factor, you know what I mean? Like personality, like they just shine when they are on screen, and she was most definitely one of those people. And she could have been in any one of these promotions that are out right now. I can see her in WWE. I can see her in New Japan. She's already like done great stuff in Stardom, and with the AEW division, the way that they are trying to build their stars and whatnot, and the caliber of people that they brought in, she's already wrestled pretty much all of them and had great matches with all of these people. And to be taken out, you know, by social media and like mental health and anxiety, you know, it's just, it sucks, man. So I'll just say, man, please, like, y'all out here, you know, be careful to what you say to people, man. You know, like, cyberbullying is a real thing. You know, we lost her at the beginning of the pandemic, so it's really no telling what type of mental health she was going through at the time, too. Now, so not being able to, like, work or anything like that at the time, like, that's your passion, you ain't able to do it, and then you got people trolling you online because of something that you did on a reality TV show. Like, come on, you know, come on.
The culture needs to change.
It really does.
Yeah. I've got to police some of my own friends and family where it's like, yo, I need y'all to like chill, you know, and even myself, you know, y'all know I can come off a bit harsh, and it's like, I want y'all to know that I am coming from a place of love a lot of the time, but not everybody's going to receive what your intentions are, or, you know, get your sense of humor. So it's like, you gotta be sensitive to other people's sensibilities, and that's not even necessarily them not having a tough skin or what have you. It's just, you know,
it gets to you no matter.
Meet them on their level. There's some topics they don't want you talking about. Don't talk about it.
Yeah,
know,
man. But I mean,
the internet though is poof.
I mean, like, and if you were to read some of the comments that, like, you know, this young lady was getting, I mean, like, shit like, the world would be better once you're gone. Like, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, damn. You know what I mean? And like, even the situation that they were mad at her for was also hella fucking petty too. It was like, when you think, basically, they got pissed off at her because she yelled at a dude because he had washed one of her wrestling outfits that she wore for New Japan and like, you know, at Wrestle Kingdom. And that's a huge deal. And this dude is, you know, she got pissed off at dude was like, yo, man, you don't understand. Like, you know, I've noticed this thing does not matter to you, but I'm a person that works and like put my life towards this shit. And yeah, you fucked this outfit up and I'm pissed off about it. You know what I mean? They're like,
as you rightfully should be. If someone fucks up your stuff, you have the right to yell at them.
Yeah, but they said it, you know, people thought that she was way too harsh by coming at this dude and, you know, Japanese culture and all that shit. It was, but it was wrong, man. It was just, yo, man, just watch what you say to people sometimes, man. Be kind. Be fucking
What's her name again?
Hana Kimura. She's a dope.
Let's have a 10-second moment of silence for Hana Kimura. Starting now. Rest in peace, Hana Kimura.
Yeah, man. It's just it's unfortunate, you know. That's it. So I know it's not that great of a blurt out or a happiness or anything, but it was really discovering that, you know, this person was really fucking talented, and that's how we lost her. And that's like, damn, dog. Like, shut the fuck up, people. Sometimes, like,
again, it's a definite gash in the culture that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, the Japanese culture can be real. Be a little harsh over there.
Well, thank you, DJ Lokari, for that blurt out and for bringing that to our attention. Ash.
Oh, what am I blurting out about this week? I got a happy light.
Hey.
Because the girl going through it. So
Even when depression is real.
it is real sad girl shit over here. So got that. I've been enjoying Jujutsu Kaisen. Like every day it's been, or every week it's been airing. It's just been really, really good. Yeah, it's been pretty light on the blurting, honestly, because I just sleep most of the week. But yeah, if y'all haven't watched Jujutsu Kaisen yet, check it out. It is on HBO Max until who knows, because apparently Crunchyroll is buying everything at this point. And you know, you can always just find it for $3.99 somewhere else online, but it's definitely worth the hype. I am not going to further perpetuate pirating, even though I do it myself. But watch the show. It's really good. That intro is fire, and they're going to be replacing it after next week, which I'm so sad about because I really like the intro. But hopefully the next one is just as good.
Ash, if I could ask you real quick. I read an article or a headline that said that My Hero Academia might be coming to a close, and last week you brought up how shitty of a writer the writer of My Hero Academia.
Well, look, I wouldn't say shitty. It's just he clearly wrote the story not thinking it was going to blow up the way it was, and now he's playing catch up. He also said that the second movie was going to be the last, and we're getting a third. So I haven't seen that article. I don't know if he's talking about this is going to be the last season or the manga itself is wrapping up. He might be talking about the manga, and even then, you know, he can just talk to old boy that did Dragon Ball Z and find out how that ended. When the publishing company want more, you better give them more.
Right.
So I'll
else you
believe,
end up forgetting Super Saiyan 2 happened.
or Launch. Launch is a whole character that they forgot about. I like Launch. But yeah, I'll know it's done when the publishing company says this is the final volume or this is the last season. Oh, which reminds me, Haikyuu also ended its 4th season. It was fire. I hope they make a season 5. I love everybody in that show. I want more.
There you go. Well, thank you for that blurred out, Ash. Kenny, what you got this week?
I am blurting out about. What am I blurting out about? I had one in my head. What have I been doing? This week has kind of been a blur. Holidays and how I'm tired of them.
Christmas is in what, 5 days? 4
It's
days.
4 days. It's on Friday.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, we're supposed to get superpowers tomorrow.
Apparently I missed that whole eclipse that like black folks are getting superpowers tomorrow. I kept seeing memes about it, and then I was like, "What's happening? Like,
Apparently,
what's going
the
on?"
age of
whole
Aquarius
new-
is starting, and for some reason, that means superpowers.
Did you see the organization that has been founded for it?
No.
I gotta look the name up again.
Yeah, but like honestly, not much has been going on this week. I've just been playing a lot of video games, and my partner moved in, so we've been unpacking her stuff, and then yeah, you know,
That's the
Yeah,
Xbox
not a-
achievement right there. Partner
Hey.
moved in.
yeah, you know, adult
I
stuff.
don't know. I'm trying to avoid it actually.
Oh, I mean, yeah, man. You know, everybody's got their own thing they're doing. So, yeah. No, I was talking to Elgin about wrestling, and I had a thought, and I completely lost it. Oh yeah, I think we were talking about like black valets
Oh
a
yeah.
couple of days ago,
What
and
the
I was,
fuck?
and I'm kind of like, I don't think there's a problem with having a lot of, like having black valets, especially in the WWF where they're just like. They have too much talent to not do something with. I mean, because we were also talking about
what are
Jackson.
ballets? What
Yo.
are ballets?
Basically,
Black
a manager,
slaves.
somebody who comes to the
Slaves.
comes to the ring with you.
Is it
not
like
a slave.
Virgil?
Yeah, basically
No.
like Virgil.
There is nobody like Virgil anymore.
I don't know, man. That champagne dude is getting treated like Virgil.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's the thing.
Carry the belt.
Every valet gets treated like Virgil, but nobody got treated as bad as Virgil.
Yeah,
I mean,
Frank
there
is-
also too like because we were talking about like how there are like all these black valets, but there are just as many white valets. I think that it's It's the way to get a lot of people on television, because you look at some people who absolutely don't deserve to be on TV. They're mostly white. So I don't have a problem with the folks, black people, people of color, who are getting that television time, because at least they aren't getting held back.
True.
Because there's far worse positions than just being somebody's manager. And that's just not being on TV at all, which is where you make your money, how you get your exposure. So it's nice to actually be able to. I think it's a cool conversation to have, though, because it's like years ago there was it was scarce in terms of like people of color and black folks on wrestling, and now they're across all brands. You see some of the like best talent are like black men and black women on these shows. So I just think that just comes with the territory of you seeing more people of color on your television. It's going to feel like, wait a second, I've been here before, but it's like, it's not, this isn't that. I mean, it can still feel that way, like, because it's the WWE, there's a stigma with being a black valet in wrestling in the WWF, because, like Elgin said, it comes across as slavery, whereas, like, not that really. There's a lot more to it now. There's a lot more, like, you're intimidating, you're imposing, you're not just there to, like, be somebody's, like, manservant, unless you're, like, but, and even for Carmella, who has a black, like salad, what do you call the wine?
Sommelier.
Sommelier. He's her sommelier. Like,
What's a sommelier? I've never heard
The dude
that.
that serves her wine.
It's somebody,
They
somebody
do this
pours
thing
wine.
over the
So
arm.
like Carmella owns a winery. So like
Yeah,
that's
but
her
a
gimmick is
sommelier
just, like,
also knows how to like select and pair wines and stuff like that.
Right,
Like,
that's
It
his
sounds like
gimmick.
it sounds like a
just-
ballet's
That's
got to
his
know their
gimmick.
stuff
He
too.
brings the wine, and then she beats somebody up with the bottle of wine he brings her. So
Yeah,
like,
but then he always
there's
getting
a
his
whole-
ass beat too, though.
there's a whole thing to it, where it's like, it's not like Virgil, who's just like
It really.
looking there, holding it, like just waiting for the boss to tell him to do something while he's just like giving him the money, and then like he's a bum, just looking bummy everywhere. Like this isn't that, but I see what you mean, though. Watch wrestling, support black folks in wrestling, because
Absolutely.
the more
I agree.
people who put eyes on them, that's how they make their money. So
Absolutely. I agree.
Also, I found the name of the organization. It is the National Institute for Genetic Gifts and Astronomic Superpowers,
I'm joining today.
otherwise known as niggas.
wow, no thank you.
Yeah. I know. It's gold. I wish I had came up with
I'm
that. That was a tweet that I had to repost.
All N-word stuff aside, I feel like I need to see what's happening over there.
Black folks, look, if black folks if people of color, period.
So at
Yeah.
first I thought it was
We'd all
because
be
of the black.
electrical.
So Sanford, I don't know if you heard about that meme too, but at first I thought it was related to like the black comic book. I was like, oh,
Right.
they're really getting some hype to the comic, like, because it's becoming a TV show. Okay, but like, no.
Which one's
This
becoming
is,
a TV show? Is it
or it's being
I'm
transitioned to a
Black.
film, right? Black, yeah.
If black people get superpowers, they will reinstitute slavery so fast it'll make their
Man.
heads spin.
Yo,
All
there's
the
a
hood dudes.
meme that says it would be great if we all got superpowers, but what are we gonna do when the government busts these bad boys out? And there was a bunch of
The
sentinels lined up.
Sentinels.
They've been waiting to bust out the Sentinels for 30 years.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
They give them a reason.
what was the name of the organization again?
The
Oh, yeah,
National Institute for Genetic Gifts and Astronomic Superpowers.
Wow, niggas.
Nah,
Wow.
no.
Yep.
That's pretty good, though.
Incredible.
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually
Yep.
pretty good.
Wait, genetic gifts
I will
and
s-
what?
Genetic gifts and astronomic
astronomical?
astronomic
Not myth.
superpowers.
I will say that the pandemic has given a lot of people some time to make some solid jokes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess, 'cause,
Yeah.
like,
Memes is going.
Man, I mean, black
to a
folks
great
always
place.
coming
I mean, but
with
like,
these jokes.
I thought it's like we just got so bored that we just like needed something like, oh, let's look at the astrology, the calendar. Let's take up some shit about space. It's like,
Well, the
And
age
it-
of Aquarius really is the thing that they've been saying is coming for.
And I mean,
I've
and
been hearing
then
about that
to make it an inside joke on like black Twitter just to confuse anyone who's not black. And then if you're black and don't get the joke, you can't say that you don't get it
Oh yeah.
You gotta just use your context clues.
I just didn't acknowledge it. I was just like, oh.
Same. I was like, I don't really know
was
what's
just like-
going on.
It's like, what's happening? Like, I looked at my calendar, like, yo, something going on that. And I was like,
I
oh.
Googled it. I was like, December 21st, black people.
I am
Yo.
definitely well versed in conspiracy theory. I probably shouldn't. Like 90s conspiracy theory, not the shit that they come up with now. So yeah, the Age of Aquarius has been.
Oh,
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams.
I've known about this date and been planning for it for the past 2 decades.
Is
Well,
there anything
Stanford,
really to
It
plan
is.
for?
It's your turn to blurt out. So if you want to talk about the superpowers that you plan to get.
Well, okay. Actually, my blurt outs are just straight up sci-fi and a book. So I've been blurting out about Star Trek Discovery. I've been loving it because I feel like it is like it's straight up Afrofuturism, and it has normalized a black woman in space. It has normalized African culture in the future and African American culture in the future. You know, for example, I love how they started the second season off with you know, with the lead character talking about you know, recounting an African folktale on Vulcan. You know,
Nice.
I mean, usually when they start off with something like that, the folktale is very Eurocentric, or it's generic and assumed to not be to be European. I love their casting. I love that they have, you know, they've got a black woman as a main character, but they've also got multiple black main characters, and they've got multiple black, you know, co-stars as well. Like, you know, so like multiple black characters, the bridge crew. I mean, I'm loving it, and yeah. So I've been blurting out about that, like pretty much straight through, and kind of bridging sci-fi to superheroes. The comic book I've been blurting out about has been Ultraman. I feel like they finally
Ultraman,
Old school.
the guy that turns into a giant fish.
Yep.
Instead of fish.
He looks like a giant silver fish.
But well, the cool thing is that Marvel has figured this new iteration. They have figured out how to really make, at least for me, make them much more compelling. And it's because they're really focusing a little bit more on the space police and getting into their history, and that's been really fun. And then my final blurt out is for a book that came out. And shameless plug, I wrote the introduction for it.
Oh, I've seen advertisements for that on my Facebook.
Yes, Invisible Men, Trailblazing Black Artists and Comic Book. It's awesome. It's written by Ken Quattro. And what it does, it actually tells the stories of a lot of black illustrators who most of us have never heard of. And they're working, a lot of them are working on very white, very Eurocentric characters. So for example, one of the longest running, you know, back in the 40s, writer artist on Blue Beetle was African American. You know, like we just don't know it, in part because back then we didn't have the type of fandom where we have, where you knew what the comic book creators looked like. So they had black people working on stuff back in the, you know, hiding off in the closet in the back of the studio, and you know, I mean, it was a really wonderful read, and it was really fun to write the intro. So yeah, so if you like, I can read we can start with chapter 1.
Go ahead, you can stall. I got a package about to be delivered.
You got a package being delivered right now?
Apparently so.
Weird.
It was supposed
At
to be
least he's
here.
getting his package. Shit.
That's the thing. Not to cut you off, Stanford, but where can people buy this book?
Anywhere books are sold.
Anywhere books are sold, but well, you can get it on Amazon, obviously. It's actually being put out by IDW and Yo Books. So Yo Books is Craig Yo. He's like publishing it, but
Hello?
it's actually being published through IDW.
Okay.
So it's available.
Yeah, I'll run down and get it real quick.
Well,
Told you. Right back.
Yeah,
Bring some
packages.
back for the class.
Make sure your cat don't run out with you.
That's a fact. Oh, that's the door out of the apartment. I always assumed that was the door to like the
I thought that was the bathroom.
Huh. Now we know more about Elgin's apartment. Stanford, please continue.
It's his bedroom.
Oh,
That's
it is
the door.
because he didn't want to forget his key.
Whatever.
Then why did he go to that door to go to?
You
Because
all
I
are
guess his
having
key
a
was in
whole.
there.
Do you all need a map of his apartment? Because this is the discussion.
We just
turning
stuffed the
into.
whole blurred
The
out.
whole
Oh,
blueprint.
look,
Yeah.
look, Billy's up to stuff. Look at her. She about to start something.
Like, mwahaha.
I can piss everywhere I want now.
Mhm. But Stanford, as far as plugging this book so that people can buy it and you can be better known as a writer in these books, because you've already done a Luke Cage entry, now you've done this introduction. I'm sure as a PhD, you've written a lot of material that people can find. So to add to that stack,
Well, coming out in any day now. It's just gotten back from the printer. Is I was on the coloring team, and I also wrote the introduction for the upcoming graphic novel Box of Bones.
okay, John Jennings novel.
Yep.
Ha! Look at me know.
So yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff coming out. I mean, what's interesting is that, and coming out of the pandemic, there's just there's a lot of trouble, internal trouble, getting books out, right? The money's not where it should be. The audience isn't quite where people would hope, and it's not that. And I don't think it's so much that the audience doesn't want to do it. It's just that the people don't have money right now. And we're not gathering for conventions, so it's been a little tough. But at the same time, there's some really cool stuff coming out, and I think 2021 is going to be really interesting because there's also a lot of stuff coming. There's also a lot of stuff coming out on the graphic novel front, which will be really cool.
Okay. Anything that you're looking forward to?
Well, I'm looking forward to Box of Bones finally dropping because I've seen so many different versions of it, but I haven't. I want to see it actually in my hand, right? There's also some really interesting stuff coming out through Megascope at Abrams Comic Arts. So After the Rain is coming out. It's an adaptation, or it just got put out. It's an adaptation of a short story by Nnedi Okorafor, and it's being the adaptation team is John Jennings, David Brame, and Damian Duffy. So that's looking really nice. Okay. There's another book called The Hardiers coming out, and that actually takes place. It's this weird, not weird. It's this very thoughtful and very 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 cool sort of Afrofuturist take coming out of the Caribbean, which I think is really interesting because I think that sometimes we forget that that when you start talking about Black people in the New World, you're also talking about the Caribbean and you're also talking about South America.
That's a fact. Tell me the name of that one more time before we go to the music break.
Hardiers.
Hardiers. Spell it.
Oh God! Don't put me.
Do it on the spot right now. Fire under your toes.
Oh no! Because I've been misspelling this one too. Because I've seen the previews for it.
Okay.
It's I want to say it's HEARD. EARS, but I know I'm getting it wrong.
Oh, well, we'll do some research and we'll have that answer for you when we come back. For now, DJ Lokari is gonna hit you with some hits. DJ Lokari, what hits you gonna hit him with?
Sorry.
Also, what was your package of?
I got some tea.
Tea.
Yeah, my friend.
I was not expecting tea.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, that was not on my
Expecting
bingo
some
card.
sort of hardware.
You know,
Tea is good.
tea's good for you, man.
Yeah, I've heard. I've heard.
Got some Earl Grey and some
barely got it wrong. It is HARDEARS.
There you go.
Hard
Look
ass.
out for that, folks. Hard ass is what? Is that what you said?
Hardee's?
Hard ass.
Not the meats?
Hardee's is
That's
well, that's
Hardee's.
Hardee's.
How dare
Hardee's
you
isn't
get
bad.
into Hardee's?
Hardee's is a
Them
decent
too.
burger spot. But DJ Lokari, these hits that you gonna hit us with.
So first off, I'm gonna be playing a music video that I've been wanting to play for quite a bit, and also I had to quickly put this together because I didn't have no time to really get this together. But I'm excited about the one I'm gonna show you. Also, if I start to slur my words, it's because I've been hanging around St. Louis people all day and I'm tired. So
Oh, not because you're drunk.
no, actually I'm pretty damn sober.
I hear slurred words immediately.
No, slurred words. That's a St. Louis thing. Sorry, I apologize now. But I'll be playing this video, this music video by my homie Khalid B. And the name of the track is called "Ballin'," featuring Simba Got It. So I'm excited about this one, and yeah, man, and we'll see whatever else I play.
All right. You're watching Blurred.radio, BLURD.DOTRADIO. We will be back in 15 minutes with trailers.
As soon as I can find my mouse.
Should I not mute yet?
Nope, go mute.
Radio.
It's that simple.
Ballin', 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 ballin'. Hey, big dough hanging out the window. Hey, came up ballin' with my kinfolk. Hey, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up on 'em. I'ma hang out the rim, hang on my squad. Hey, gotta take a photos on the grand shot side. Hey, I be in a fourth quarter ballin' crunch time. Like I did the Cooper, I dribble right through you, nothing you used to. I got the new moves, they making new rules, checking the foo-foo. The conflict is crucial, got nothing to lose, got nothing to lose. Jumping out the gym, visit the shoes, NBA jam, better I choose. Ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, ballin', yeah, ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, now we ballin', yeah. Hey, big dough, hanging out the window. Hey, hang up, ballin' with my kid, bro. Hey, ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, ballin', yeah, ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, now we ballin', yeah. Hey, big dough, hanging out the window. Hey, hang up, ballin' with my kid, bro. Hey, I'm in the studio making a movie, yo, and I got dimes like I'm Rubio. I keep it cool, yo. I do my duty and keep it moving like I'm woozy. I can't help it if they choosy. Like my girl bad and bougie. I feel like I'm underrated, like that last verse from Lil Uzi. All the data and the analytics couldn't track the drip when I'm in the lip. Swear to God, I could have been a fourth member of the Hammer Tones, like my nigga Rip. Pulling up like my name was Christoph. When I lift off, got you pissed off. Afro bang in the Hall of Fame, and I love this game till I dip. Yeah. We gon' pull up when it's game time. Yeah. Side hustling on the baseline. Nah, we can never waste time. Nah, won't stop till the game mine. We gon' pull up when it's game time. Side hustling on the baseline. We don't waste time. We don't waste. Okay, ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, ballin', ballin', ooh, ballin', ooh, ballin'. Now we ballin'.
Blurred.radio.
Hanging out the window. Hey, hang up, ballin' with my kid, bro. Hey, ooh, 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 yeah, ooh, 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 yeah, yeah.
Oh, I was
retrospect, it's worth the sex. In retrospect, my family is hex.
But fuck it, grew up like a fluent, wear my smile like a bulletproof coffin. Stop. Come to think, it's probably in my better thoughts to give desire no caution and sell my soul on the streets. But really, this ethical shit is silly. My off to be altruistic has never made me a millie. Like I could just be Vasily. My father was often Stalin, but knowing the KGB was my sister opting to let me sleep. Profit off the book of sheep. Book of lamb is going hand when IO hits the final sands. A jumping short, who gives a damn?
Retrospect, I tried my best. In retrospect, it's worth the sex. In retrospect, my family is hex.
But fucking grew up black and fluent, wear my smile like a bulletproof.
In retrospect, I tried my best. In retrospect, it's worth the sex. In retrospect, my family is hex.
But fucking grew up black and fluent, wear my smile like a bulletproof.
If you asked me about the kid yesterday, he would revel in the games he used to play. No stream of conscience, do whatever he want to. Devour any flesh until he got the clue. They say, kid, you got to grow up. Stop pacifying, can always get what you want. Don't let her feel and live with your pickle, even if she is stunned. But if you're playing with her heart, then you gotta be a front.
Text, I didn't need it, but I honestly wanted answers. But asking you seems facetious, but passively I'm defeated. I know that I was the cause of it. All of it got me sick to the stomach. Couldn't beat up my Beelzebub, knew his buddy was coming. Didn't know how to talk to you, so I opted for running. Fuck a knife to the back and crying, it felt like 100. I won't play the victim, well aware of my inflictions. Happy you can find conviction, find yourself a better fixin'. Eating pie with never minute sides, I took you as a snack. Retrospect, you should've left me sooner, but I want you back. Said I want you back. And that's I've been selfish, been depressed and still crazy. Made excuses just to prove I'm still lazy. I've been selfish, been depressed and still crazy. Made excuses just to prove I'm still lazy.
In retrospect, I tried my best. In retrospect, it's worth the sex. In retrospect, my family is hex.
But fucking grew up black and fluent, wear my smile like a bulletproof.
In retrospect, I tried my best. In retrospect, it's worth the sex. In retrospect, my family is hex.
But fucking grew up black and fluent, wear my smile like a bulletproof.
Your promise go somewhere that has took you far. Tried, but my mind just won't let you go out of my heart. And all the time that we've spent, how could you just forget all that we did?
Blur That Radio will be there back after this.
I
And we're back.
Muted, you're watching Blurred Out Radio.
Ooh, Mike. I remembered my blurt outs for the week. Give me 2 minutes. Okay, boom. Mandalorian. The season finale of The Mandalorian.
Yes.
Oh! I'm not saying nothing, no spoilers, but I ended up being like,
Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Darth Vader is Luke's father. That shit is wild, bro. And then an Ewok just walked in and started like breakdancing on the top of like a Mandalorian. It's pretty wild. But then craziness. So that was like a whole thing. And between not realizing that there was extra material that I almost missed out on because I was so shook by what I had seen in the last like 10 minutes, I kind of turned off the credits. But then my brother was like, "Hey, there's 5 minutes left in those credits. I hope you
remember
watch."
John Favreau made this.
Yeah,
so there's post credit stuff.
So I just watched that post credit scene like maybe 3 hours ago. So I'm still like, I think that was why I had a brain fart for like what my blurred out was, because I was just like still processing a lot of the information that was happening with my nerdiness this morning. Also, I'm pretty stoned too. Also, I'm pretty baked. But also, First Day Comics got to take part in a holiday gift drive with Eve Ewing, and I got to we basically just gave kids, like every kid got 3 books. So basically me and a couple of guys at the store, Zach and Rihanna and myself, just like putting kids' books together. It was a really cool experience. It was really fun, just like getting to see so many children's comic books that are out that are for kids of color. And I really wish I had kind of remember the names of some of the authors that we had kind of put in the bags for the kids. But like basically it's called oh my gosh, I had the page open. Give me either way, they raised over $70,000. So shout out to everybody who helped. Pilsen Street Books, 57th Street Books. It was a really, really awesome, fun like drive to be a part of. So thank you to everybody who donated, drove to drop the books off to kids, because it wasn't just books; it was books, food, and a bunch of stuff for the holidays. So thank you to everybody who came through for that, and we appreciate you all. I hope that really helps everybody for the holidays.
Very dope. Do you think you could talk to Eve Ewing and see if you can get her on the show? Because I met her once at a coffee shop, gave her a card.
Of course, man.
I emailed her, and her people told me she don't got time for this.
Okay, I can tell you.
Because she did just take on a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah,
like,
so
around the
basically, when we first met her too, like she was doing a million things as well. So like we only knew her through her people at first, but now I can say I'm on like a first name basis. Hey. So I will be like, "Hey, Eve, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, hey. Blurred Out Radio."
Show her this picture.
Hey. But yeah, definitely. But no, I definitely will talk to her to ask her if she would like to be on the show.
And shout out to First Day Comics and everybody who did stuff for kids for the holidays. I imagine it's exponentially harder this holiday season for a lot.
Yes,
and the holiday season is hard.
No, it's been the mutual aid of just folks in like the hardest time of our lives is overwhelming. Like the fact it was at $50,000, I want to say, on Wednesday. The fact that their $20,000 more was raised within that time, that's tremendous. So shout out to everybody who, even if they didn't have a lot, gave something to support kids, support people in the South Side who needed this, because a lot of folks, disproportionately Black folks and Latinos, our people are the ones struggling. So like this is for them, and so I'm glad we were able to be a part of that.
Very good. So folks, DJ Elokari is patiently waiting to tell you about the hit.
Sorry, Mr. Elgin.
No, you good. I'm looking at this Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles.
I didn't know there was wrestling every Sunday.
Yeah.
There is. We have this discussion, Mike, every Sunday when you say that.
I mean, I'm noticing it right now. Like, it's not just
Elgin
a paper.
Elgin is not gonna get any better, buddy. Because right now we're on the Roman Reigns Kevin Owens match, and it's actually been pretty good. But prior to, I have a feeling you're gonna be texting me again, fired up.
Yeah, I'm just like, what's the point of having a tables, ladders, and chairs match if you don't use them? But whatever. Just saying. Anyway, But yeah, man, just play some hits for you. So the hits that you heard, first off, that was Ballin' by Khalid B. Next we heard Shanae Mosley. Name of that song is called Acid Wash. She's extremely talented, can sing her ass off. So if you're looking for some nice soulful soul, hit her up. Then you heard You Think a Lot by TJ Tea Time featuring your boy DJ Elokari. And then we ended that off with Mums by Jim Tree, another St. Louis native. She's amazing. That's GMTREE, Jim and then Tree.
We still got to get her on the show, sir.
We really do. I'm hitting her up about getting her on here. I also want to get Shanae on the show too.
Okay.
Besides the fact of being amazing, she's fine.
We got dates available in March, pending any cancellation. So if anybody cancels, I'll let you know.
For sure.
So folks, it is time for some trailers. Oh, real quick, DJ Elokari, where can people find you posting the artists that you just mentioned?
Oh, all that stuff is on my Instagram, just under DJ Elokari if you want to go follow their music. Also, I usually put like music connections to Spotify, so be like the easiest way for you to find like those tracks and add them to your collection and stream them. You know what I mean? Like stay in with these artists. They're amazing, man. They do great work, and they're, you know, especially during this time when we can't have shows and everything like that, you know, like hit them up, just send them some stream love. So.
And if you need help spelling DJ Elokari, it's over there.
Yes.
Everything's reversed. It's somewhere over here on the screen.
Yeah, so DJ Lokari, exactly how it sounds.
Ooh, I was right. I'm watching it on Twitch.
Sweet.
It is time, folks. Trailers. So one of these trailers isn't really a trailer. It's just a scene from Wonder Woman 1984 that's coming out, I believe, on Christmas. Am I correct about that?
Yes.
Christmas Day.
Yep.
Christmas Day.
Coming out on Criminal.
The thing that DC has done better than Disney is say, hey, let's just put it out there. Let's not charge people an extra arm and a leg.
I mean, Disney learned this lesson. Soul's coming out on Christmas too. For free.
Yeah, but this streaming, I mean, what they did with HBO,
I have a headphone plug on this side.
Oh, okay.
Dropping everything on streaming it's hurting a lot. It's actually hurting a lot of people who we don't realize, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of Hollywood is built around back end deals.
Yep.
So like if you cut a back end deal to get if anything that you're doing has anything to do with the back end of like ticket sales, you just lost a crap ton of money.
Do you think they compensated those people, or it was in their contract that we can write you
Not
down?
No, from what I heard with the HBO Max deal, it was very much just who's their parent company? AT&T? Sprint? One of them.
AT&T.
It was like a higher up on that end that pushed the move because there's so much in debt to the point that like even directors did not know their movies were going to be streaming. Like they found out about the news when the rest of us found out. So I'm not really applauding HBO Max throwing this on their streaming site. I'm just saying compared to Disney, who was upcharging people, it's like I feel like y'all should have worked something out where it's beneficial to the directors and everybody on the back end and for your subscribers, because Disney charging you $30 on top of what you're already paying for the subscription fee. That $30 may have very well went to the fact that they couldn't premiere it in theaters, but we as a consumer don't know that. We don't understand that, and they could have just maybe factored into your subscription service instead of just that upcharge.
I would have.
I mean, the thing is, I was actually. I mean, I can't name names, but I was in a conversation just yesterday with a creator who has some stuff that's been optioned, and the company that optioned it may not be able to do the project now because they're losing that production company is losing so much money because of this change, right? And so it's going to affect their work down the line. And so when you're talking about canceling productions, you're not just talking about movie stars. you're talking about craft services. You're talking about cameramen. You're talking about stagehands. I mean, it's it's a pretty big decision, and I know as a consumer we want to get stuff, and we want to get stuff for little or very little, right? But I mean, it's
complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really nobody's gonna win in this situation.
We got Tom Cruise on that people, so.
I believe whatever Tom Cruise threatened to do, I believe he's gonna do it.
I mean, they could have been fired on the spot. He gave him another chance.
That's nice.
I mean, 5 quit though.
However, the HBO Max conversation I feel like needs to happen.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
DJ Elokari.
Wow.
If you could hit us with the clip or whatever it is to
Beam
Wonder
footage.
Woman. I actually have not watched
Wonder Woman 84?
Yeah.
80, I thought it was 85.
Snippet
No,
84.
it's 84.
People like to focus on 1984. I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the book. Real quick before we start, I've noticed a trend where if anything tells too much truth, Hollywood names something after it. So when you Google it, you find the new thing and not the old.
In terms of what?
1984 is a novel about a over-surveilled society.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And we're basically there. Like with IG saying we can look at anything you do.
Okay. Yeah, no, I thought
Big Brother is out.
I thought maybe Wonder Woman had like a run of comics called 1984.
Oh no, I just think it's odd that they picked not 1983, not 1985, 1984.
Right.
But DJ Elokari, if you could hit us with that snip.
Let's go.
Beautiful beam footage. Let's go.
Oh, the trailer's turned all the way down. My bad.
Hope y'all can't hear me smacking.
Yes, we can. We can. There's a mute.
Elokari's done it.
Magical land of
there's a mute button. I mean,
I'll be back. I'm here. I'm
when the
smacking.
whole world felt like a promise, and the lessons that lay ahead yet unseen. Looking back, I wish I'd listened. Wish I'd watched more closely and understood. But sometimes you can't see what you're learning until you come out the other side.
Running across the world.
So y'all just got this little girl competing, ain't gonna say nothing about it? Okay.
Doing
Maybe that's how it
acrobatics.
works.
This whole trailer has just been acrobatics, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what's
I've seen this.
what's actually happening in the movie?
Believe in the most.
It's Wonder Woman's little Naruto village.
I can do it.
I love the acrobatics.
I am really tired of cocky little
Why
children.
is this child competing with grown-ass women though?
I'm just saying, I'm really tired of these cocky children in these Disney type in these films. I'm getting real tired.
It's very.
I don't know. I was a teacher. I've seen lots of little cocky children.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
but
that's
Sometimes
true.
little
I've seen
white
it
boys
too.
just come
Tell me
out
I'm
with
not tired
muscles
of
for
it.
no reason.
For no reason at all. DJ,
Yeah,
go sit down.
it kind of makes you want to see the kid like get whooped, you know? get beat really bad and have the adults like not act like adults and just like cheer and gloat.
And they gotta face the harsh reality of something. You wanna play with the big boys, you about to get beat like
everything will be different.
All I see is her race. Okay, now
I wasn't even watching it. I was just listening to it. I could tell it was.
Oh yeah, you know what was happening.
I knew what scene it was because they keep showing that scene
It's the same, yeah.
in the trailers, like
Glorious athletics.
cutting between her as a little girl running and her as a grown adult running.
Oh wow, that really is all there was.
Yeah.
Old girl from House of Cards is body goals, says Nina.
Yeah.
AKA
Sorry guys, my OBS has been acting
The
kind
girl
of
from House of Cards.
weird
What? The
today.
I don't know.
My functions are not working like
The mom? Or not the mom? The first lady?
I've
She's
never
in
watched House of Cards.
I don't know. Yeah. I
Oh,
think I
also
watched-
Jerry Whitworth says, "Hey, yo, Kenny, a couple more hours till we get till the superpowers drop."
Wow. It's weird, man, because honestly, the 21st is a holiday in my household, so it's just really weird to hear people saying that you're gonna get superpowers. It's just
I
winter
wish we
solstice,
would.
bro. I mean, like
2020 would like totally be so much better.
So
if we got
random.
powers.
It's like the most random thing ever.
Is
bro.
it bad that
It's
I've
the most
always
random thing
hoped for
ever.
just henchmen superpowers? Like strength and invulnerability would be fine.
And vulnerability
I
for
don't
black
need it.
people would be great. Like, what if just in evolution, like in time, black people will just be bulletproof?
Oh,
They could
That's
have,
the fact
if we
that
genetically find more bulletproof people to make babies with, and then they find bulletproof
Find
people-
more as if they exist now.
we have really gotten away from
Gotta
this
figure
Wonder
it out.
Woman trailer.
Well,
Yeah, it
That's
ain't-
I
how
mean,
makes
much-
Wonder
sense.
Woman is bulletproof, ain't she?
Again.
Yeah, and there's
maybe.
some black Amazons in Wonder Woman.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
sister.
Yeah.
She got a
What's
twin
the
sister.
what's the plot of this movie? Like, what is happening in
There's a
1984?
businessman that's giving people powers.
There's a tiger lady.
So Maxwell Lord and Cheetah are gonna be the villains.
Cheetah's-
Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And okay, how is old boy that blew himself up in the first movie alive? What's up with that?
So Maxwell Lord, from what I'm gathering, listen, if you're watching and you're a DC fan, feel free to yell at me because I don't know. I think it's that Maxwell Lord gives people
And the whole
something that makes all
world
their
felt
wishes
like
come
a
true.
promise.
He's a wish.
And the lessons that
something.
lay ahead yet
I don't actually know because I'm not actually
Looking back.
interested.
Yeah, I don't care either.
I'll watch it, sure, but and that's my take on it. DJ Lokari, what do you think about this?
I mean,
Muscular kids are getting on your bad side.
oh no, I mean, like I tried to watch the beginning of Mulan or whatever, and then I quit really quickly. You know what I mean? And like that was one of my biggest turnoffs about Mulan. It was just like you got these overpowered children. I'm just like, bro, like come on, man.
It's that
Seriously.
Shaolin Temple thing. You got little kids spinning on their heads and punching through bricks. And
I mean, I'm all
they
for
can
really
be humble
talented
about
kids,
it,
but it's just like I don't know. Sometimes I'm just
But
like,
why
bro,
would
it's a
they?
bit.
if I could punch through bricks, I'd be doing it right here on there.
Yeah, right now. Every 5 minutes. Like why do you have a
Show
bunch
starts.
of bricks?
Pow!
Yeah, Kenny, why are there bricks in your home?
Just come through the wall like Kool-Aid Man.
Excellent question.
Yeah, man.
Sorry,
I don't know.
DJ Lokari continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Like, I'm excited about watching it. This didn't make me more excited about watching it though.
Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that excites you about this movie?
It's Wonder Woman.
Gal Gadot is so pretty. You gotta give it to her.
She is.
I mean, just yeah.
She's gorgeous.
She's got great stories. She's a really interesting character. I think she's more interesting than Batman and Superman.
Well, I thought the first Wonder Woman was really, really amazing. I thought that she was really the only good thing about
Justice
Batman
League.
versus Superman. In fact,
Yeah.
I thought that she was
Agreed.
the show,
Her
right?
theme song.
Yes, I mean
With the guitar.
No, that was like a cello or something. An electric cello.
Oh, learn something new.
Hey guys, I'm about to just try to restart real quick because I don't know why my joint has been acting so crazy.
I thought the first movie was fine. It was serviceable. She was she was fine in the movie. Like, I like that they weren't real ham-fisted with the like fish out of water aspect of her coming from Themyscira to like London or something, and her just kind of just seeing things like a baby and like talking to men in Parliament and stuff like that. Like, she came across as someone who's like read books about the stuff, and then she's seeing it, and she's not being like a total nerd about it, but it's like, oh, cool, I've seen this in books. Here it is in real life. So that was cool, but I don't know. She just wasn't interesting enough, I feel, to want to see her like in one century. I feel like if this movie was following her through the centuries, that probably would be more compelling, especially with her having to deal with her essential, immortality and her missing a boy.
It would be like a Highlander movie.
Yeah, but her, like, we just following her in the events of 1984. I'm just like, what's the importance of 1984? I don't really care. And I just like her more of like an ensemble, like a foil to Batman and Superman. Much like I like Superman as a foil to Batman. You know, all three of them together bring up the best in all of their characters. And when you just have them by themselves, you just don't really care, or I just don't really care. So I'm not as annoyed by the superpowered children thing. Probably because I watch a lot of anime where
they're all over the place.
Shonen protagonists, you know, the world is left to the shoulders of children and pre-adolescents and shit like that, and they oftentimes do get handled bodily. Excuse me, that chicken went down the wrong hole. So I mean, there could be a scene where, you know, little Diana does get her ass whooped. You know, probably
I
by her
seriously
mom.
doubt it.
I feel like that's
like that would be like the turning point for her to realize, like, I'm not completely infallible. But,
Goku versus Jackie Chan, you gotta lose.
You know, but yeah, overall, I might actually end up watching it just because it's gonna be on Christmas, and my family just likes watching movies whenever we're together. So, you know, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be serviceable, just like the first. It'll be fine.
I'm not happy about Steve Trevor coming back though. He was the one thing I hated about the first movie, and
he didn't have to be there.
Yeah, I hated him. No, I
he didn't have to be. Well, I guess he kind of did have to. He could have been part of an origin story.
That's the thing. He didn't have to be in it. He
didn't
could
have to be in it.
Like 84 could have been where he premiered. I don't think he needed to be in there.
Yeah, so somehow him being shoehorned back in this movie, I'm not for it.
I actually
Stanford,
like
before you get started, Elgin's been trying to say something over the past two statements that were made.
Yeah, no.
What were you gonna say?
No, I've never been I didn't like him in the first movie. I didn't like him in this one. You know, I don't think that we necessarily have to have a shoehorn love interest for every one of these movies. You know what I mean? Like all the time. So I was really turned off by that. So, and then now to know that this movie was going to be dealing with Cheetah, I hope that it focuses more on like their aspect and not just shoehorning a love interest for Diana again. So I don't know. That's like the one thing I'm not really like excited about is the fact that Steve Trevor is back. He was my least favorite character in the first movie. He was the Ryan Reynolds of the movie, and I'm good.
Was. It looks like they couldn't get Ryan Reynolds, so they got him.
Yeah, he's low grade Ryan Reynolds.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually willing to just kind of just wait and see on this, and the reason is that my frustration with DC movies has been just the overemphasis on Batman and Superman.
Yeah,
I feel like we've seen their stories told and retold over and over
I see
and
those
over
pearls
again.
hit the ground when his mom gets shot one more time in my life.
Yeah, and DC has a crap ton of characters, right? You know, I mean, it's one of the things I'm dissatisfied with about what's happening with the television shows and you know the Arrowverse. It's like they're getting rid of Arrow. Or they got rid of Arrow, and they're slotting in they slotted in Batwoman, which is basically Batman, right? And then
but she's black now.
Hey.
Right.
Look, man,
but
she's gorgeous.
I like that. What it is now they've also got a Superman show. So they shifted. What was cool about the Arrowverse was it was telling these stories with these characters that that we haven't these characters we haven't seen their stories. We haven't really seen Green Arrow's story. We haven't really seen a lot of Flash's story, right? And it made it great. And even if you look in if you look at this at the DC movies and how they've been doing, look at the success of Shazam and look at the success of Wonder Woman. They're just more interesting because even if you tell the same old story, at least it's in a new package, right?
Yes, yeah, agreed.
And so I'm just glad to be watching a DC show that doesn't feature Batman or Superman. To be honest,
you don't know.
They might make a cameo.
Yeah, you don't know. Well, thank you, Stanford. Kenny.
I'm kind of feeling like Stanford's feeling. I'd rather just wait for this one to come out. I had mixed emotions about the first Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure who's writing this one, but I hope it's not just two more white guys, because that was my problem with the first one. Like, you can definitely tell
Writers,
how much.
Patty Jenkins and Jeff Johns.
Okay, so a little bit better.
There's at least a vagina in the room.
There you go.
No, because like you can tell what Patty Jenkins' vision was for the first Wonder Woman, and then you can see where all the writing started like really like honing on like white men's opinions on white men and how they like disrespect women. This is like, it's really
also
like,
we need a really
old...
big action piece at the end.
Well, and it's just as a gotcha moment too. Like it didn't flow with the story. Like you can't shoehorn in Hades all of a sudden when that like that just felt ridiculous.
Yeah, and the dude was like the wimpiest looking dude too.
He looked like the dad
Hades.
on Wild Thornberry.
Yeah.
Nigel Thornberry.
Yeah, like they could have like left him be in the background, but enough about that. I really, but in terms of just what the trailers have given me, like it hasn't made me interested enough to be really excited for it, but I'm going to watch it. I will say that I definitely am going to watch it just because.
Oh, come on. You're not at least excited by Wonder Woman lassoing lightning?
Oh no, that looks cool as hell. That looks amazing. No, like that's the thing. Like this visually, this looks like it's gonna be really cool. So I mean, that golden suit she's rocking, that's incredible. So I'm interested. I just kind of, I don't know. I guess it's been a while since I've watched a trailer where I have no idea what's actually going on. So it's like it makes me feel all weird inside when I don't know what the movie's about.
True.
But usually when that happens, I end up liking the movie more. So like. It's just been a while since I've had that feeling, which is a good feeling. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for Wonder
Woman. So I think we're all gonna watch it. I don't know how forward we're looking to it. I think that seems like a flexible judgment to be surmised from all of this. But it is also 8:43. So how about we go on another break. DJ Elokari hits you with some hits, and then we talk about Marvel What If in Act 3.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds cool.
Good. DJ Elokari, what hits you got to hit the folks with?
So you guys got a chance to hear one of Sinead Mosley's songs in the first one, so we're gonna watch one of her music videos. This video is called Fall, and I just discovered this today while quickly trying to find something to play today, and I was like, you know what? Let's see what Sinead has. And there's a dope video that I had no idea that existed. So here we go. We're gonna play that video, and then we'll see what else I decide to play. Cause I didn't really plan out anything. So yeah.
Well, you know, it's the greatest mixes come from necessity. I'm sure somebody has said that. Maybe switching out a word or two. But you're watching Blurred Dot Radio, BLURDGOTRADIO. We will be back at 9 o'clock with another trailer, and then shout out some more closing.
A blessing, you never know what you have until you try. I feel you every time you come around. So why the hell I have waited so long? You got me thinking about praying for my redemption. I can't deny all the things that I've envisioned. Yeah, it's like you've seen me through my worst bad days. I feel like I can't complain.
Radio. Radio.
Your eyes still open under your lids. Your dark secrets still know what you did. And your mother still know you a kid. And those things you said you never do, but you did. Your eyes still open under your lids. Your dark secrets still know what you did. And your mother still know you a kid. And those things you said you never do, but you did. Coming up from under the covers, been in cahoots with my mattress. Nigga, I slumbered. I saw my demons in my visions, and they came in true numbers. I conquered what was hidden, nothing left unwondered. Ethereal girl, I wear me like the Eiffel Tower. Peace and love while we watch a rocket power. Let's get deep. Smoothies got the mocha powder. 333, we in blue, man. We had our shower. Stare at the stars about a half an hour. Cooking something saucy with a side of cauliflower. Roll a joint and tell each other about the after fathers. Nostalgia brains leave you missing PBS and Arthur. Smuckers, the cow milk, the PBJ and otters. Before your TV even knew we even liked the Parkers. Before your imaginary friend needed their home in Foster's. I don't need the type of church, I got my altar. I don't need the type of church, I got my altar. I don't need the type of church. Your judgments of others show you where you falter. Stripped our sons bare and kidnapped our daughters. Gave them old books and poisoned all their water. Drug all the food and taxed all of their dollars. Elect KK and called them all our scholars. Killed all the shamans and gave you a doctor. Banished out Eve Mary, left your white father. You don't want freedom, so why even bother? 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 You don't want freedom, so why even bother? Why do I bother? You don't want freedom, so why even bother? Why do I bother? Why do I bother? You don't want freedom? Why do I even bother? Even bother? Why do I bother? You don't want freedom, so why even bother? You don't want freedom, so why even bother? You don't want freedom. You don't want freedom. Why should a nigga bother? Why should your niggas bother?
They say it ain't no nigga like her. They say it ain't no nigga like her. They say it ain't no nigga like a Shot-Town nigga. Ain't no king like the Southside king. Shout that drip on lake. She my east side thing. With some north side baddies who like the west side swing. That mean I stay on my pivot whenever she come to visit. Don't wanna make her too livid. She bout that life and she live it. I'm bout my work so I give it 110. Fuck a scrimmage. Y'all talking practice with an atlas. See your way out my village. You niggas AI. Artificial and I'm AI. So official with the braids. Heavy laid. Fuck a fade. Oh I slay. Less concerned with accolades. Lesson learned is all charades. More concerned with getting paid and making change with what I said. Cause it ain't no nigga like a Shot-Town nigga. Ain't no king like the Southside king. If you ain't know, you gon' find out, my nigga. Cause when I come around, they talking about one thing. That it ain't no nigga, no it ain't no. They say it ain't no nigga, no it ain't no. They say it ain't no nigga, no it ain't no. Because it ain't no nigga that a they know. Unique recent understatement. I'm so overstanding by ain't no complacent. So adjacent to the promised land. I'm saying no to patience. Tired of waiting, contemplating, self-degrading, self-debating. Leo said they'll try to make you quit or sell your soul to Satan. But you haven't sent, so don't you Harvey Dent. That split yourself in half, a fame of class. You got what they wish they had. Bro, the world is in your grasp, so don't break, don't miss the glass. Just keep right foot on the gas and the left one up they ass. Yes, my niggas got me when I'm down. If I'm tweaking on myself, they be like, let me fix your crown. I know who you truly is part of who you let surround. So I only be with iron. We the sharpest squad you found out the hard way. From Cabrini hallways to projects that they all play. From a bucket boy out on Stony up the Broadway. Now you quest love, but you did this shit all way. And so they all say, hey, that it ain't no nigga like a shot town. Hey, that it ain't no nigga, no. Hey, they say it ain't no nigga like a shot town. They say it ain't no nigga, no. They say it ain't no nigga like a. They say it ain't no nigga, no. They say it ain't no. They say it ain't no. They say it ain't no nigga like a shot town nigga. Ain't no king like the Southside king. Ain't no you gon' find out my nigga. Cause when I come around they talking about one thing. That it ain't no nigga, no it ain't no. They say it ain't no nigga, no it ain't no. They say it ain't no nigga, no it ain't no. Because it ain't no nigga, no it ain't no. Music.
Colors dripping all over my C-style. Moonlight painting on my inner evil. Gravity is pulling me to people. Shoot my pains, I'm riding on a freak show. Colors dripping all over my C-style. Moonlight painting on my inner evil. Gravity is pulling me to people. Tripping over meds on my problems bad. You gon' understand when you see my harder for my face when I'm crashing down. VVS is dripping in the Lambo. Cut me open, you gon' see the intersect. I've been flying high, trying to live my last. Harder for my face when I'm crashing down. Drain me, I can't wait to see the light go. Pop the kite, burn the light. Pop the kite, I just wanna see the night glow. Pop the kite, burn the light. Pop the kite, I just wanna see the night glow. Shoot my pains, I'm riding on a freak show. Colors dripping all over my C-style. Moonlight painting on my inner evil. Gravity is pulling me to people. Shoot my pains, I'm riding on a freak show. Colors dripping all over my C-style. Moonlight painting on my inner evil. Gravity is pulling me to people.
Slimy, my diamonds dripping slow and hard, they lie, I can't find us. This all the other projects, they don't know my name. We be in the phantom like we walking to the copping teams. I don't give a damn about you talking, let my chopper sing. Don't let that money talk. Big body baby stepping on toes from just high walls. Big body benzing on the show, all they do is go. I don't take it loss, kill them all like I'm not in chalk. With me on my balls, got me leaning like a creepy walk. Blowing calls till I'm all sucking like these smalls. I'm an angel, he gon' love me like them freak. Diamond twisted vixens flexing like a freak show. Go and take a seat, yo.
Shoot my pains, I'm riding on a freak show. Colors dripping all over my C-style. Moonlight painting on my inner evil. Gravity is pulling me to people. Shoot my pains, I'm riding on a freak show. Colors dripping all over my C-style. Moonlight painting on my inner evil. Gravity is pulling me to people.
Blurred Out Radio will be right back after this.
Kinetic, no question, the blessing is in the movement. Yeah, we tossing out the static dynamic when we pursuing real change for the people that be holding up the pyramid. It's never been clearer, kid. Topple if we move a bit in the same direction. I'm flexing all of my mic skills. Micah's in the area, you know that we just might build a nation, the elevation, a squadron of the most high. Hip hop is the pedagogy, all that shit just won't slide. I could list the rest of them, but they won't stand the test of time. but you straight up just professing lies. We gon' keep it moving from the fake news and take you straight to some shit you can't relate to. If you don't feel this, then you don't know what real is. The movement started by 2, now we growing it to millions. Now we growing into millions. Started by 2, now we growing into millions. The movement. Now we growing into millions. Started by 2, now we growing into millions. It's the movement. It's the movement.
This is just a movement. This is who we are. This is who we can be. Shining like stars. This is just a movement. This is who we are. This is who we can be. Shining like stars. The movement. And you know this started by 2. Now we going into millions. The movement. And you know this. And you know this. And you know that. And you know this. This is just a movement. This is who we are. This is who we can be. Shining like stars. Where do we start? We give the people what they really wanna hear. Spice it all up, put some flavor in your ear. Eradicating negativity, erasing. We come fully on for the battle like we rated. Divine lines breaking on the time like we on the grind. Magic eyes like it was his prime when he flashed the dimes. We vitalized and surprising, looking for us, you so find it. The movement been on the rising, so what's the deal, man? Had it playing like the man did when he built this shit. See stem from living systemic racism to be a product of that fake life, missing it. Fulfilling visions of conquering complex prisons. Statistically supposed to be criminally dying, killing my peeps off. Smile, G.
And we are back.
Hey everybody, you are watching Blurred.radio. Apparently my box of Cheerios was in the shot. DJ Lokari just hit you with some hits. DJ Lokari, what hits did you hit him with?
Word. So we just started off with an amazing dope music video by Shanae Mosley called Fall. Please go check it out. It came out in like 2017. Give it some love, man. Go check that out. It's a really great video. Also, we heard 3 p.m. by Oprah Gucci on Instagram. That's how you can find her under her name. Real name is J Bambi, but you can find her on Instagram under Oprah Gucci.
That's the best IG tag.
Yeah.
Period.
So go find her under that. Also, Akia is featuring on that song as well. And then we heard Ain't No by Matt Muse. He has a really great album that's out right now. And then we heard Freak Show by the Nest Heads. Shout outs to them, they're really blowing up. And then we heard a track by Kabashi and Micah, and the name of that song is called You Already Know.
Go check all those people out. DJ Lokari, remind people where they can find a list of those people.
Yeah, you can find that whole list in my story right now under DJ Lokari. That's DJ Lokari. Exactly how it sounds and spelled. All one word, and you can find it on my Instagram. So, yeah, you can find it up in the top corner. Oops, the wrong way. That way. Wait, am I going that way? Yeah.
It's the opposite way that it looks on the
Goodness
screen.
gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, folks, the time has come.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it is that time, ain't it? I need to go get my Malort.
Every Sunday, DJ Lokari has to run and get his Malort.
I completely forget about it.
I just finished off my wine.
You can act like
I don't
If
drink
he had
on
a sommelier.
I don't drink on screen anyway. Let me get into my thing.
Well, while you're doing that, I will tell people that we are sponsored by a lovely liquor company called CH Distillery. CH Distillery brought Jepson's Malort back to Chicago. It was in Florida for a while. Jepson's Malort has the aroma and full-bodied flavor of an unusual botanical. Its bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers everywhere.
He reads it every week.
I do.
You wouldn't know it.
I do not carry that in my head.
Nor can you read. It's okay.
Thanks, my lord.
Hey,
It
shout out
fucks
to
up
you.
your reading.
It might,
You know,
Also, again,
firsthand. Every week.
my hair on my arm just raised.
All right, let's do this.
That's me suppressing that elementary school I can't read out loud well criticism Ashley gives me every week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was a sore point.
Don't be mean, Ashley. Jeez.
I told y'all check me. I now know that is a sore point for him. I won't.
You don't remember when I went into all the books that I'm sitting next to?
No.
Remember?
No.
This is-
All right.
this
I
is-
know not to tease you
I'll
about
start
reading
over.
out
Cheers
loud.
again.
I'm sorry.
So, folks, our toast goes. If you are ready, I am not above you.
It was a common knowledge.
I'm not below you.
You make me seem like the villain.
Right here with you. Cheers.
With you. With you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It'll get you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Goes down so good. Give me some
That's
more of that
good.
Jepson's, my lord. Give me some more of that Jepson's, my lord.
It reminds me that that's the only drinking that I do during the week is that one shot. No,
That's right.
I've also lost a little weight.
Shot so good, you feel it all.
Good thing.
That's a new.
Like
good
I
new
looked in the
phrase.
mirror the other day,
Shot
like,
so
oh.
good. It shot so good, you feel it all week. Balor.
Oh, bang. Bang,
Bang,
bang.
bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Or maybe
Oh,
so bad
yeah.
you feel it all week? I don't know.
Okay.
So bad, it's good. Oh, yeah. All week.
You are working at CH Distillery and you want somebody to voice your next commercial.
He's right.
Kenny might be
They're
that
right
person.
here. CH Distillery. Are you from Chicago? Want to know? Jepson's Miller.
That was beautiful, Kenny.
Thank you.
It was touching.
I try.
So folks, we didn't get through both of our trailers in the last segment, so we're going to
Stanford
get
is,
through
like,
our
confused.
second trailer.
I just like looking at Stanford's face right now.
Oh yeah, it hasn't changed for a while. He's like, look at you people.
Goodness gracious.
Bunch of plebeians.
Shame. So
Hey, I appreciate y'all taking one for the team. I appreciate the fact that you drank so that we didn't have to. 'Cause
Yeah,
that was
seriously.
not something cool to drink.
No,
man, I love
not at
listening.
all. They
one
be
of these
trying
days,
it.
one of these days, we're gonna be back in the studio together, and I will force
You
Lord
will.
on everyone.
No, you
Yes.
won't. I will
great.
pour
I got
my
an extra
shot
drink.
into Elgin like
Hold
I
on,
did
wait.
last time.
Let me
I
remind
missed
people.
my shot. I do miss
Ashley
my Miller
poured
shot.
her shot into Elgin's, and I poured her another.
Solid.
there's definitely a picture of Ash going.
I mean, look, real talk. I mean, several years ago, you made me drink one Malort, and I still taste it to this day.
Jesus.
Don't worry. Like I said, when you know the world is safe again, we'll return to it.
It seems like that might be happening sooner than later. Who knows?
Malort, you're tasting it 7 years later.
We'll be back open,
The
and
memories
then
are distinct. Malort.
we'll be back in the world, and then the MVP of the pandemic will not be allowed anymore because Pornhub is already about to be shut down in just a second.
Sorry,
Yeah,
what?
apparently Pornhub is going down, but
What?
we do have a trailer to watch. We can talk about that.
How you just
in
gonna
our
bring that
what
up and be like, and moving on?
I read. Hey, quick read. Anyway, all right, let's go. Let's watch this trailer. Read out.
Somebody in the meme I put up on the Instagram page for Blurred.radio, somebody compared Pornhub taking all his videos down to the burning of the Library of Alexandria. And
I mean, basically, they've been doing the Lord's work every Valentine's Day. You get to watch everything for free. Like, they planting trees too.
I'm just saying.
We'll
I mean,
see.
I don't watch
MasterCard
it.
shut them down. I don't know why
Evangelical group.
Gesundheit.
It's an evangelical group.
Yo, we gotta go. We gotta move to another country. They're taking the porn away.
All right.
But what if Marvel, Disney Plus? Let's watch the trailer.
Oh, dang it! All the sound be turned down both times. There we go.
Time. Reality.
That voice is Jeffrey Wright.
It's more than a linear path. It's a prism of endless possibility.
Well, that doesn't sound ominous at all.
Oh my God!
I was promised an army.
So hard!
You have a super soldier.
You sure don't seem too freaked out about all this, kid. What you doing out there all by yourself anyway?
Exploring the world.
Sounds fun.
It was at this
But
moment.
why
that
stop
he
at
knew.
one world when we can show you all of them?
I am the Watcher.
Nobody got time for that.
I am your guide through these vast new realities. Follow me and dare to face the unknown.
You know, maybe have one that goes along with the trailer. I don't know. Not trying to criticize. Just one or two.
Same order every time.
He just wants you to build, Elton. He wants you to build yourself.
You know, positive affirmation, negative statement. Those are the Yes, no.
Hey, just
be great.
Bucket neck.
I'm
that
watching.
one fits into everything.
It absolutely does.
That one is so hard.
I'm sorry. It makes me so happy.
Bucket naked.
That can wake me up every morning.
Bucket naked.
That fits. Wake up with a giggle every day. So here's what I found out actually while the trailer was playing. According to IMDb, the first episode of this show somehow features Peggy Carter, Thanos, Howard Stark, whoever Kurt is. I don't know who Kurt is. Ant-Man, Michael Douglas, Ant-Man, Nebula, Grandmaster, Sean Gung is Kraglin, Thor, Loki, Desmond Honshu is Korath, Nick Fury, Armin Zola, Eric Killmonger, Dum Dum Dugan. I missed that guy.
That sounds really racist.
Isn't that Iron Man's chauffeur?
No, that works Shield. He's a commander for Shield.
The redheaded guy in Shield
With the bowler hat.
Yeah.
What's
just a few
Iron
more.
Man's dude?
Jane Foster, Clinton Barton, Yondu, Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, Bruce Banner, Bucky Barnes, Taserface. Remember that guy?
Are you sure these are all in the first episode? This
That's
sounds like
what
the roster
IMDb
for
said.
the. I think this is the roster for the entire season of the show.
They might be throwing and I was going to mention, they might just be throwing you a curveball by putting everybody in it so you don't know who's going to be in it.
I think that sounds more like IMDb isn't sure about their own, because that's literally everybody from the series. To be honest, like that's kind of what they've been rolling out.
Jeffrey Wright is said to be in 10 episodes. All these people are said to be in 1 episode.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright's probably going to be the Watcher. That makes sense.
He is.
Yeah, he is going to be the Watcher. Yeah.
So they have an accurate. The Watcher is in this many episodes, but they have everybody else in episode 1. I think it's just going to be some sort of montage.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like that sounds montage, like in a series back in the day. What if all these people, random as fuck, had a different origin story, or the origin stories made sense?
Also, is there a lot of dead people?
Yeah.
So maybe they'll just feature all the dead people and a few of the living ones. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because I mean, What If was always the ultimate fan service, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you get to see characters brought back to life that are dead, and you get to see them in the stories that you wish you would have seen, even if those stories would have made absolutely no sense in the comic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Well, Stanford, why don't you start us off with your spiel about this? Because I feel like you read more What If comics than the rest of us.
Well, yeah, and I think that's what's interesting is I actually like what they're doing. I think it'll be fun. And because they're doing it animated, they can work with any character. It's like unlimited budget, right? They don't have to worry about, oh my God, can we afford to bring back Chris Evans as Captain America? Because you know what? If Chris Evans doesn't want to be the voice actor for it, they can get another voice actor, right? But I think that what's interesting is that What If came at a really interesting time in comics. It came at a time when comics had started to knit together much more interesting continuity, and you had fans that were just like, first it was, what would happen if Thor fought the Hulk? What would happen if, right? And that's actually where the title comes from. What if, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would happen? I mean, I remember seeing the one that was like, what if Jean Grey had lived, right? I mean, in the
I always forget that Jean Grey died.
Everybody dies.
No. Actually, I don't think I forgot that Jean Grey died. I think I've just seen it so many times that it's not on the forefront of my mind anymore.
You mean like the rapper?
What's up?
Nothing.
Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix has been played out in cartoons since the 90s.
Whatever, dog. That last Dark Phoenix movie was excellent.
It was not.
It was not.
One scene.
Professor
Xavier.
What was that one scene, Mike? tell the public about it, baby. Tell them about it.
Mind you, I was in the theater with Ari as he was laughing out loud.
Wow. But also
Professor X
hilarious.
was being made to walk upstairs.
Like a puppet, I guess.
I was also at that time I was griping about
Horrible.
Storm having a hard time fighting a guy who could move his hair.
Yeah.
That was a problem.
But that scene was worth all of my money. I watched that movie
Stanford,
again.
You're looking forward to
just
this?
that scene.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. I mean, the reality is that Marvel has meant that, as far as the movies are concerned, Kevin Feige and Marvel, they've managed to take
Feige.
You said who?
They've managed to take everything that we thought couldn't work and make it work. And so I
had no confidence in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Oh, facts.
Plus, I think that one thing that they've really figured out, or they're starting to figure out, is that these streaming services are ideal for developing franchise type products. I mean, if you're into comics, and you have an opportunity to see something on the regular, you're gonna keep paying that streaming service, right? Correct. And that's what makes a streaming service work. I mean, it's not about having a blockbuster; it's about having constant new stuff. Like you can have the best movie in the world drop on a streaming service, but people who are streaming, we're a fickle bunch, right? I mean, it's like if you haven't found something to watch on your streaming service in about 2 weeks, you're canceling.
Oh yeah, I'm about to keep paying $10.
So I think that this is ideal. This is like perfectly ideal for it because it engages. It is the ultimate in fan service. It engages fans, and that gives you a strong base for your streaming.
I agree. Thank you, Sanford. DJ Elokari, how do you feel about this?
I mean, I'm really excited about this. I'm also going to bring up somewhat of an unpopular opinion, and people are probably not going to like me for this, but this is Chadwick Boseman's final time playing and doing the voice of Black Panther, which is really sad and whatnot. And the more that I've been thinking about it, I remember when this first thing came out, and you know, when Chadwick Boseman first died, and someone had asked me like, how do you feel about, you know, them not possibly, like, would y'all want them to recast? And at first, I understand everybody that was saying, nah, man, this should be just his. But then I had to think really hard about that, and it was just like, yo, how many Batmans have we had? How many Supermans have we had? And like for me, it was like, yo, man, like these kids just lost their Christopher Reeves, right? But there have been 3 other Batmans since Christopher Reeves.
You know, that's why I was that's why I was letting you like be angry, Elgin, because I was gonna say that to you, but it was like that would be insincere of us to be like, yeah, man, there'll be, you know, there's been like 8 Batmans, literally between voice and like cartoons and like TV shows.
Yeah,
but
man.
I mean,
like,
part of it too was just that the man was barely in the ground.
Oh yeah, it was the day
people
after.
were already talking about who's gonna replace him. So I understood where Elgin was coming from.
Oh yeah, I was
being
pissed.
angry about people talking about who's gonna play Black Panther. Like, a man just died. Can we warn before we start talking business practices and shit like that? So I totally got where Elgin was coming from and just being mad about that. So it's, you know, it was just a matter of time before he came around and was like, no, somebody's gonna have to take up the mantle at some point.
And
if they don't address it as like this.
If I could do a quick piggyback on it, I really think that they're going to recast him eventually, because don't nobody want to see a whole movie about Wakanda.
Yeah, and it's here's my issue about that too, because it's like what's been going on with these new movies and these franchises that have been kind of like using Black people to like build up their structure. Like, hey man, like I'm really excited, like they've made me excited for the new Batwoman series as well, and I'm just like, like
I am not.
This is about to be trash. You know what I mean? Because also we rest that type of a structure on like our Black women to like make this to save this fucking thing, this sinking ass ship. And I'm just like, G, like we at some point, man, we can't do a Black Panther full on Black Panther movie without having the Black Panther. I don't want to not have T'Challa. I just got him. You know what I mean? T'Challa passed. I mean, sorry, Chadwick Boseman passed, but that doesn't mean that T'Challa has passed. You know what I mean? Like, so.
I mean, if they can replace Rhodey with a dude 5 times darker than him and not make a point about it, they can replace T'Challa. It's just what actor's gonna want to step into that role?
That's a big slide.
But I actually think that was the problem. I mean, could you imagine being like one of the casting people for the Marvel Universe, and like after Chadwick Boseman dies, starting to put feelers out to see what Black actor wants to step into those shoes? I'd be willing to bet that part of that
I feel like there's a lot of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Power said that he wants to do it.
Yeah, I feel like
within a week of Chadwick Boseman dying. Yeah.
The short dude.
There's no shortage of Black actors who would want that role. I think.
No.
I
think it should go to Eddie Winslow.
I think it should go to Idris Elba. Can you imagine?
The magic of Disney is that a lot of the actors who are casted in these roles, Chadwick Boseman aside, besides Robert Downey Jr., were not like the hottest actors. I mean, Chris Evans was basically just doing the typical bland white guy movies, as Chris Evans blew up because of Captain America. Yep. Christopher Hemsworth got everything because of Thor.
Chris Evans probably would have been in Hallmark movies right now.
Yeah, so I don't think
they could cast.
I don't think there's going to be an issue in terms of like somebody, a young Black actor, or somebody who's been around the industry for a while. But like, I think there's somebody who could take this role on and not be afraid of what Chadwick did. That's the thing too. Like he did one movie. Like that's the other thing. You have to remember that he only was in one movie. Like let's take a breath.
Yeah.
Well, technically
3. He was in 3.
Who's counting?
2.
But the point is, my point wasn't.
Real quick, Stacey
that
Robinson
no
says hi to us.
Yo, what's up, Stacey?
Comment. What up, Stacey Robinson?
Who is she?
But yeah,
just a fan. Hi.
Stacey Robinson is a dude.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
sorry,
sir. That's true.
Hey,
Winter Soldier. and all the extra things.
But the point is also that we forget that these characters were designed to be immortal, designed to be eternal, designed to outlast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at a comic book, I mean, when you start looking at like, changing an actor is kind of the comic equivalent of shifting from having like M.D. Bright to John Romita Jr. drawing the character, right? They look that different.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that there's a lot more flexibility to make those changes. I just think that what happened in this instance were people ready to make the change that quickly, right?
Yeah, no, and I don't think people were.
Not nobody was. I mean, it's unexpected death. Like nobody knew that was going to be a thing. So
no,
it's definitely this is a definite like difference in terms of like how people are going to feel about it because of the sudden severity of it. I mean, it's a very extreme situation that we're talking about. So I understand. So emotions are still pretty high on it. So Chadwick Boseman will like always be synonymous with Black Panther. But like Stanford said, comic book characters are eternal. Like this is still an art. So like it's time for somebody else to just put their interpretation of Black Panther into action, and for us to see if we like it or not. So
it was just a sudden discussion of it. That
I was
just
we'll go with Ash, and then it's 9:24, so we got to start wrapping this conversation.
Yeah, but overall, I am very much excited about the What If stories. I think they look great. This is probably
it's gonna be hard to fuck this up.
Yo, I think it's this was the trailer that I was probably the most excited for out of the rollout, just to be 100. And for those of y'all that think that I'm hating on anybody else that can be recast, as a person that loves, T'Challa's character, I'm not ready to say goodbye to him. Like that's just basically it. Like it's not about Chadwick or anything like that. It's more of like we just got a chance to really learn about this character. We don't like the first Black Panther movie. He was the least interesting character in the whole film. You know, so it's like, and now he's gone. And he even died in that movie, so it's like, and then he was dead throughout the other movies. Like, I want to get a chance to know his character, and that's what it really is. So I really
didn't get a chance to really put his imprint on the character for real.
Yeah, it was the character was, and he knew that the character was bigger than him, and
I mean, you just look at the movement that happened around the movie.
Yeah. I mean, people just dressing up to see the movie.
Yeah,
right. But I also think that the other thing that's kind of interesting is that.
And this has got to be the last one because it's 9:25.
Sorry, guys.
They could have Black Panther in there and barely even show the face of the actor because it's a full facial mask, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I was also thinking of is there's another franchise that is also a good example of the ability to switch out characters for the same person, and that's the whole James Bond series.
Yeah.
I mean, it got its heat too when the Bond switched up, and then they saw him in action. They're like, he's not so bad.
Right.
Bruh, we about to have to have 3 Spider-Mans.
Right.
Sure.
We've had 3 Spider-Men if you don't count Into the Spider-Verse.
4.
I mean, I definitely don't count Andrew Garfield. I just didn't want to see Jenny.
You're nice, but
a lot of
credit where credit's
match
due.
Is still
well, that seems like a good place to to get into shoutouts.
Best ass in Spider-Verse.
By the way, I want to apologize. I apologize, man. I didn't mean to take up all of y'all time.
Oh, it's fine.
I didn't even get to
the whole point
opinion.
is to inspire.
I didn't even get to give my opinion, but it's cool.
Do you have
no one cares, Kenny.
Oh, Ash still talking noise. Ash, you should mute your mic. Stop being rude.
You should mute your mic.
So
you should mute your mic.
Mute your whole life. How about that?
We're gonna move on to shoutouts.
Yawn. Shouts and murmurs.
I want to send my first shout out since I was supposed to take a picture wearing the shirt. Nikki is the one who takes pictures of me. I can't take pictures of myself in my flip phone. Belfair is a juvenile facility in Cleveland. They're looking for volunteers. I worked for a program called PEP. Belfair is very closely related in terms of work done.
What was that thumbs down for?
Because I just saw freaking Drew McIntyre after the longest match ever finally win. It was the longest, stupidest match I've ever seen.
Oh.
But upside to all the hits. Upside
I don't know how to get the back of my shirt.
It's amazing.
You gotta turn your whole body around.
Yeah,
Then I gotta
that's
crouch.
how bodies work. Yup, get down. Yep, there we go. Yup.
Yeah, there we go, Mike.
Well, shout out to them. Shout out to DJ No One who sent me this shirt. The question with DJ No One, DJ4. It's a hip hop trivia show on Blurred TV. I'm gonna put it on Fridays and Saturdays. Check out Blurred TV. It's spelled like this. It's also on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, you can just click over. It's on the side. Blurred TV 2 shows music videos for the time being. I want to show Blurred show promos on that channel. Also, shout out to Ricardo Jackson and Melvin Brooks who run Blurred.radio's Facebook page. That is facebook.com/BLURDDOTRADIO. Check out Blurred.radio on Instagram at BLURDDOTRADIO. And I want to give a shout out to my girlfriend Nikki, who does a lot of the video editing work for Blurred.radio channel, or the Blurred.radio page on IG and for Blurred TV. And with that, and shout out to all of you. Thank you all for coming every week. Shout out to Steve who couldn't be here. And shout out to Stanford. And he wore his green glasses. I feel like that's standard Stanford superhero uniform. When he wakes up with superpowers
The
tomorrow,
Stanford standard.
this will be his glasses will be his superhero.
Pretty much.
With that said, I will pass my shouts and murmurs to DJ L.O.
I'm gonna keep mine short. Shout outs to everybody who loves everybody and accounts for Steve since I took up so much time. And I'll pass it over to Kenny.
Ash was
Oh, my bad. That was my job.
Ash, what you got?
I'm going to give a shout out to Devin Chrisholm. I believe that's how you say her last name. I've only ever read it on Facebook. But she is a local caterer, and she's currently doing a promotion for the last couple days of December where she is selling hot chocolate bombs. They're like body bombs.
That's like
or
all the rave now, dude.
They're like bath bombs, but edible. So, yeah. So she's
That's a big
selling
deal.
those. I did a promotional video for her, and she actually gave me 2 bonus ones. I actually bought a pack for myself and the family for Christmas coming up. But if you all would want to get your own, you can check out her Facebook page, Devin Culinary Creations, as well as her Instagram, Devin Culinary Creations, and her website, devinculinarycreations.com. Order your
DEVIN.
DEVIN. And you can order your 4-pack of hot chocolate bombs and actually have something to bring to Christmas, since shipping is not being very nice to people. So if you're in the Chicago area, definitely check her out.
Thank you. Kenny, what you got?
Shout out to the folks at the Santa Box. That was the name of the mark. Yes. So thank you to them for doing such wonderful work for the community. Also shout out to First Aid. Shout out to my people at Nervous Strangers. Shout out to you guys, and yeah, shout out to Elgin for watching that terrible wrestling right now.
Oh my god!
You've got so much more to look forward to, buddy.
That was a long ass match, bro. That was a long ass match.
Oh, you haven't even seen the half of it, champ. Let that. But yeah, no, go read some comic books, please.
There it is.
Yeah.
Stanford, who you got?
Well, I want to give a shout out to my daughter Kira. I want to give a shout out to Sienna Breed. And this shout out is to them, and it's to everybody out there who's getting ready to spend the holidays without everybody who they'd like to be with. I know it's tough, but it's kind of what we got to do right now.
Make sure we're all still around for next.
Stay in your bubble. Curate your bubble.
There you go.
Aerate your bubble.
All three of those.
Clean your bubble. It's my COVID song.
It's a good song.
Bubble up.
There you go. Bubble up. Hashtag.
Bubble up. Hashtag bubble up.
There it is. You've been watching Blurred Dot Radio, BLURDDOTRADIO. Join us next week when our guests are David Jones. David Jones is working on a very serious project with renewable energy. He is the CEO of Light Engine Labs, and he will have Oscar Trujillo. I haven't.
Trujillo.
He's a Trujillo.
They're gonna talk about their project and geek out with us. You don't want to miss it. Happy holidays. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Peace.
Blurred dot radio. Blurred dot radio. Blurred dot radio. Blurred dot.